All right, we're going to start the Town of Sangerville Board of Selectmen meeting. It's Wednesday, November 6, 2019, and it's 5 after 5. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item 2, approval of the minutes, October 23rd, 2019.
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second. All in favor? 3 of us. Item 3, review of treasurer's warrants. Payroll 8991, accounts payable 9092.
Make a motion to approve A and B as read.
Second.
Those in favor? 3 of us. Open session. Anybody here would like to speak tonight?
I'm not on the agenda, but I've been trying to catch up with you, but.
They told me you were.
Yeah, trying to look forward to next summer for planning of the bands or music down at the gazebo. The money's been grant money the last few years. With not having grant money coming in, I didn't know where we stood or how things were to prepare to look ahead, because I've had a few bands call already, wondering what we're doing, and I said, I gotta check with the select board to find out if money's gonna be there or not.
I think you still have money from the credit union that is supposed to be used for
Okay,
band events. And I can get you the exact amount, but I don't have it with me.
okay.
But I think it's enough for at least 2 or 3 bands.
The bands I've got down are equal up to $1,500,
Okay,
and that's 3 different shows.
okay.
One of them is the band that we had to cancel twice due to weather,
Yeah,
Skowhegan.
yeah.
The other one would be the Stafford Band, again. And the third one would be band Sharon Heard Dixon Road out of the Waterville area. And I'm also going to reach out to the community band again. If we decide to go with another show, Gary Knowles has expressed interest as a soloist. But the bands right now, I know, roughly what their prices would be. Borderline, I know because we had a price last year. Just unfortunate the weather didn't cooperate. So
How many people are you getting turning out?
it varies. Some is really good, some is not. The weather has a lot to play with. If it's super hot, they're not going to come out.
Right. I mean, you said 50, 100, 50, 100, 150,
I'd say around 100.
100.
Wow.
Yeah. The best one we had last year was the nonprofit band,
Mm-hmm.
but they're local too.
Mm-hmm.
And it's harder to get them because they all work that second shift. So I didn't want to get the conflict again. Go ahead, say it.
They don't all work second shift anymore.
Oh, okay.
2 of them are on days. 2 of them that I know that are.
Okay.
Yeah.
But-
Just so you know.
Yep. So I just wanted to get a feel where we were and if we could move forward or not move forward, or.
I'll look it up for you tomorrow and give you the
Okay.
exact amount that you got.
Okay. Is there money in the operational side of the rec if and
You're talking next year anyway, right?
right, next summer. And I know we don't have a budget yet, that's why I wanted to figure out where we were and if we could plan ahead or not plan ahead.
I believe they spent.
Because in August, with some of those bands, it's fair season, and they get busy, so it's harder to get them. So if you try to do it now, you're ahead of the curve, and so.
You still have in.
They're trying to schedule that.
Yeah, oh yeah. In the Christmas party too, working with the ladies auxiliary from the fire station, is going to be December 8th.
December 8th, assuming you don't have any bills out, you've got 2,100 in your account. And I don't know that any of that, I don't know how much of that is dedicated to
Okay.
concerts, but
I don't think we did any for the actual operational variety. I think we Rhonda donated or whatever, and
Right.
so I don't know, okay.
That's in addition to whatever that credit union
I
donation
believe
balance
so.
is.
Correct. So December 8th, you said for the
Yeah.
Christmas?
12 to, we're having a quick meeting tonight next door at 6:30, so
Okay.
I think it's 12 to 3. We're trying to get the horse thing again. I called her today to yell and had to leave a message, so I don't know if she got it or not.
Where is that?
We're gonna do that right at the gazebo.
At the gazebo?
Paul Davis played Santa Claus last year, and I think she's gonna try to get him again and Paul Stearns to play like an elf. So, it worked out good.
They can unload at the mill yard. I'll try not to, we'll try to have it sanded this
And
year.
then we had the horse rides and a wagon that went down the road because the snow and ice, but they didn't wanna do the sleigh. So the fire department put one truck up by her place and then one down by the bridge, and they just did a circle that way. And she was fine with it.
Great.
And then the kids also, they had a tree ornament thing they could make. We had an open flame fire where they could make s'mores. I'm not sure what else we're gonna do this year. We gave away little bags that we put together with some treats and stuff in it for gifts.
And you had a good turnout?
Yeah, very good turnout, it was very good.
That's good.
I heard a lot of people talk about
That's
that.
great.
Like it.
And we played background Christmas music and all that type of stuff, so, yeah. And Paul did a good job playing Santa Claus, so. I'm anxious to see Paul Stearns do it. But,
That's great.
yeah,
Make a good elf.
yeah.
Let's see that. Yeah.
Sounds nice.
So I look forward to hearing from you tomorrow, Bridie, thank
Okay,
you.
I'll take
Yep.
care of that.
Is that it?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask where we were and how we could plan ahead or not plan ahead.
Okay.
Yep.
Warren?
Chris and I went out and looked at the West Road a week or so ago. And really don't want to plow it, but I guess we would. But he said it'd have to be for a little more money than what we're
Sure.
doing it. And mud season comes and it's all gonna depend on what that road is.
It's been plowed every year, so.
Oh, I know,
they're-
but they've been doing it with pickups,
Yeah, yeah,
1 ton. But we'll just have to see.
yeah. Well,
We'll
that's-
do what we can do. But, I guess Chris will get with you on.
Yeah, just need to give
We'll
Bridie
hammer it
a
out
price.
with Bridie here, and
Yep.
the rest of it, but.
Okay.
No,
He
we,
said, yeah, but he says, I'd rather plow that than McFeeters Road. That's, it's got some bad drop. I haven't gone out, but he said it's, the bad spots are bad. I mean, they'll take a truck off the road.
if you go off the road,
If you get off the tire.
Yeah, well, let's, I mean,
We're on the shoulder more than we're on the tire.
the French's Mills Road was that way for years. Of course, we didn't know about it because it was brushing away, but.
Well, I know about it.
Yeah, you did.
It's still that way.
But when the state found out, that's when we had to do something about it, so.
Yeah, and down, down from the sawmill and stuff, we still got, we
Yep,
got 6 inches down now.
Yep.
4 inches, a lot of places. But keep breaking the wheel studs off my right front wheel on a truck. They're 1-inch studs. And I finally come to the conclusion what's doing it. It's getting off the edge of the road where that tire's so, where there's no shoulder.
Oh.
And you're fighting that truck to get it back with all that weight. I think that's what's breaking my wheel studs and breaking my wheels.
on
I mean-
the Shoals Mills Road?
I'm not.
Oh, I was
yeah,
just
saw
wondering
those
down
mills, but
down near
yeah,
Hartford Lane, there's a pretty good drop there.
Right down in there.
Yeah, that should have been
I
way
get
in
off,
there.
get off the edge of the tire, and like I say, we're off the edge of the road more than we're on the tire with the right wheels of the truck.
Right.
During the winter, but you get off that tire, and it doesn't come back very well. And we finally come to the conclusion, that's probably what's breaking our wheels and the wheel studs off, off that truck.
Wow.
But at least it's a shoulder. We've got that drop, that initial drop, but we got shoulder. But if we get off up here, it drops. There's places that Chris said, I haven't been out it since they paved it. I've been to Jody's house when they had the binder coat down.
Right, here's,
That was it.
right, here's the question though, with the ditches being so deep, that's gonna absorb a lot of snow, those ditches, correct? I mean, as far as,
Once they fill off.
Fell out.
right, so you're not having to go so far over, like your plow could be, I mean, and I don't know, but you see what I'm saying? That the snow's gonna end up in that ditch before you have to get so far over to
Right.
push it.
But
Yeah, no,
A lot of
no,
this
no.
plowing, when it's bad
Oh, I
weather,
know,
you
I
can't
know,
see.
I know.
You're driving by field.
I know, oh, I
The
know,
field on the edge of that
bumper
road.
car, that's the way I drive.
So I mean, Silver's Mills last year, you guys were, I mean, you were out over the ditch, well above. I mean, eventually that's what we'll end up on.
Sure, when it freezes.
When it
Right,
starts
once it
melting, then you can see where you're at.
Correct, then it's like, oh no, I'm way
During a
over.
storm, I mean,
Yep.
it's just
Oh, I know,
Yep.
nor'easter crap blowing in. I'm sitting over on French's Mills more than once, just waiting for it to stop blowing so I can see to get back. 'Cause that's dead east and west.
Yeah.
Parts of it.
Yeah,
And
Yeah, bring it,
But-
butter in
Get it.
here and go.
oh,
But that's a concern Chris had, like I said, I haven't been out and looked at it yet, but he was pretty concerned.
I
that-
saw it the first time I drove it,
Okay.
but again, it reminded me of over at my place, because we had that area without any guardrail for years, and the state finally forced us to do something, but this is as bad as that. But it's
Right
not,
there by the bog.
well,
Yeah.
there's another one there,
French's Stream,
but.
they're talking right at French's Stream.
The lady who just sold her house that you worked with, that we put a guardrail there on that property,
Mhm.
that was really bad.
No, but I mean, as far as up on the feeders,
Oh, yeah.
it's that stretch in the dip. by the-
Yep, as you're coming down the hill on the right-hand side, if you're headed towards town. I wouldn't be shocked if we got a letter, I wouldn't be shocked, but we haven't yet.
Okay.
So. As far as the West Road goes, I know we all appreciate you, but no one ever expected you guys not to
Right.
get paid additional.
Oh,
That we knew that, so.
we know what we're in for, it's just,
As far as mud season, to me, it's no different than any other road warrant. I mean, you kinda gotta play it, see what it does.
just do what we
I
can
mean,
do.
It probably won't be worse than the Gray Road.
Yeah, or the Anderson Road, I mean, there's a few spots in there that.
You're not open.
You are a Mainer, right? You know all this.
Also, down on Mill Street, the end of Mill Street where it's gravel, that needed 3 or 4 loads of gravel down there, bury that manhole cover, cause that really changed position last spring. Severely, it just needs to be buried up, cause there's nothing there. There's no gravel, it's a big drop off the hot top.
I haven't been down there I used to go fishing down that way, but I haven't been down there in 2 years.
I haven't
No
been
need
down there
for
a long time.
most people to go down there, unless they live there.
right.
How many people actually live down past the drop, the end of the hot top now?
I don't think there's actually any.
I don't think
The
there
last
is.
house is just before it drops to gravel.
There's a,
There's
is
the
that
pump
a,
station.
yeah, is
down
that
there.
what that is? I didn't know if it was telephone or what, yeah. There's a little parking
It's the
area
pump
there.
station, and the school bus turns right.
I'd hike down to the
Oh,
stream and go
oh.
fishing, or the river and go fishing.
Yeah. 2 years ago, when we cleaned the streets, we dumped all the sand off the edge of the hot top, blended it in with sand. We had it, we're like, well, we must have dumped it there. And then that's all that was there for last winter. This year, we picked it up and hauled it back to the town garage. But, like I said, 2
Yeah,
years ago.
I don't see
2 years
it.
ago,
I mean, that
but
seems
that
just-
really needs
Yep.
some gravel on there just to blend in that hot top and bury that manhole up somewhat level.
Are you available? All right, I'll start making phone calls. Hi.
We're neck deep in Chris's silo project right at the moment.
You still are. Okay.
We're getting there, but
Okay.
we took time out, we're working on plow trucks.
Yeah.
All that fill out in the field, is that gonna stay there, or is that going somewhere?
It's
It
gonna
is.
blend that,
You just gonna, yeah,
plug that
reseed,
hump in.
yeah.
That's rotten gravel out from under the concrete.
It's a lot of
Chris said it
material.
stinks, said it's nasty, it's slimy. You wouldn't think the acid, it literally goes through the concrete. That's black gravel from underneath the concrete.
So you took the concrete up?
We took the concrete out and pulling out all the gravel and digging it down some more. And they want us to run the water from where it's going to the right, looking down them. They want it to go to the left, go on the other side of the barn. So it's, the whole great big area is gonna get tipped to the left, hit it to the east.
And is the acid from urine? What is it? from?
Silos.
Oh,
It's the
silos.
acid in the grass and the corn. The corn, basically, is what's so acidic. But the grass silos, they made it black too.
Wow.
But that's what that is.
Crazy, all the years.
It's a lot of material.
So we're just using that for, we're gonna use it for blend that hill in. That
You
was
gonna be able to
the
grow
last-
hay there afterwards?
Oh, yeah, that'll be the greenest spot in that field. In our own deed. And I don't think of Anything else?
Can we talk about the fire department?
You said something about fire department, I don't, go ahead. Oh, yeah.
Between the two buildings, Dana Gray's and the hookup for their,
For the oil.
for the
pipes.
oil is out there, and if we don't keep
We can,
that open,
yeah, well, I'll have to look at it and see, but I'm sure we can do something to keep,
okay.
cause it was,
Last year.
Chris did have a good time looking for them oil pipes for him last
Yeah.
winter.
Yeah, and we don't want to do that
'Cause we had no
again.
idea,
Yeah.
we'd never been out there before.
Oh, okay.
And there was a
Kinda hard to bring 'em off
lot
that
of
side
ice
of the
off that roof piled up there.
Right,
Yeah.
and I don't know
Doesn't-
if we can
doesn't
figure out
make
how
sense.
Is
to,
it on that side?
Yeah.
or this
Yeah,
side?
and it's
the
a,
far
On
side.
the west side.
We had it fixed once and it's a mess again.
The-
Staved up the
The metal.
siding, yeah.
It's that ice dropping off the
Stuff
roof,
like
that.
coming back against the building. It
Right.
makes its own bank and then it.
Yep,
Yep,
kicks back into it.
yep.
Alright.
And then,
Yeah.
and then you're gonna get my dogs for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
drive the dogs out. I'm gonna get this one with the bucket loader.
Okay,
And I'll get the other one down by Dale's, with Dale's help probably. I don't have brakes on that loader and I don't wanna wash it.
oh,
oh,
End up in the Observer.
Put the chains up and then have Dale hook it to my loader. We'll get Dale in on this.
that sounds good.
Thank you.
Adult supervision.
Maybe we'll use my tractor.
I have faith that it'll pull it out all right.
Yeah.
And it'll get it off Dale's field.
Oh, there you go.
But I hid it behind that apple tree. Nobody's even seen it there.
Yeah, maybe a little bit small.
I saw it there. I
You-
saw it.
What?
I saw
I
it.
hid it.
I was looking for it.
That's why she found it. But, yeah, we'll work with you.
Well, we appreciate it.
Yeah,
If we knew, you know, we could've kept it open earlier. But we get that snowblower going now, he maul that back with that snowblower every time.
Yeah,
As long as it doesn't get too, if it gets too high, we'll use a loader and we'll
yeah.
bail it out of there, but at least keep an eye on it. But we'll at least mark the building so we know where the pipe's at.
yeah, we'll mark the building and I've got to go,
Because that was the hardest thing is.
I'm gonna go do
they
some
get it
research,
on
cause
the
I don't
pipes.
think we own more than a foot or so on the,
Off the
are
Off
you
the-
kidding?
sheet metal.
yeah, off the sheet metal,
Yeah,
so,
think you
I gotta-
technically
So I know that
permission to
they've, in
move
the
stuff.
past, they've boogered up Dana's property.
yeah, and so I gotta talk to Dana and I gotta find where the line is and,
Can be something
I'm
next
friends with
year to see
Dana, I
about
think we
moving
can
it
work
by-
it out.
Yeah, no matter what, you're gonna be.
well,
on
they
the
used to be
property. I mean,
inside.
Yeah. But I mean, they
and then
dumping
it,
snow on
then
his
it was
porch.
deemed
and
too
Oh,
dangerous
hit
and
the
they moved it
barn,
outside.
Broke his barn,
Oh,
you know,
that's,
stupid
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, no, you
don't do
gotta
that.
be aware of
Now,
that.
if you take it, you can take the snow with you, you don't push it against his barn. and-
Right, right,
Just back up, take it, you put it
Right.
somewhere.
yeah.
Anyway, we won't go there.
Okay.
All right, is that it for open session? Go good, okay. On to, item 5, old business, and bids on the Ford L8000.
We did buy a truck off Dexter, so
You
in
did?
case something didn't happen, we got a, like my orange truck, but it's one of their little green ones.
You're really good at this.
It's standard.
I think I have
With
them in
no
order.
motor in it 3 years
Oh.
ago.
You did a.
Yesterday, they just lost the motor, and the
Well, I
truck just
thought-
like it, they kept. But they picked the one to get rid of, the town crew. They got rid of the one with the new motor.
Excited.
Chucky Elms just told me at the parts store this morning, says, they just lost the motor out of the truck yesterday.
Ooh,
And you just picked it up?
No,
You
we
just picked
we
it,
just
no, I
bought
know,
the
I
truck
know, the
with
one
new
that.
motor.
You took the backup.
They
They-
wanted
that
to keep
was-
it for a backup, but the board wouldn't let them. They says, no, we don't need a backup. Now they're down a truck before they even plowed.
Ouch.
And I said, well, apparently I got the right truck. But what sold me was the new motor.
Right.
And they don't use them in the summer anymore.
You're gonna use the old GMC again?
Yeah. Chris is hooking up the sander right now. We just set that in for that.
That's all.
Bear's gonna
Just-
try that.
just the ambulance.
Four of them?
Next time.
Four of
I
them.
think there's 4 in,
I'm gonna run my
is
arm.
that one and 5 in this one or 4 in this one?
Six-wheel truck for plows
Okay.
and sanders.
Chris, are you gonna hook up his big one?
Haven't got to it yet.
5 in
Pick up
this
the
one.
That's in the shop.
And is that just the truck?
That's
We'll
just
have-
the
That's
truck.
just-
I've got the,
We should have trucks enough.
with a,
If we
it's
get
the
this
truck
one
and the
going,
plow and the wing,
Still have
yes,
trucks.
but it's not the sander.
66.
I've got the sander here.
I just wanna make sure the
Except for
sound
the little
is
GMC.
whether it's
Oh.
running
And the newest one is 01, it's electronic.
Oh, so Warren didn't bid on the truck?
I like-
Oh,
Yes, he did, it's right in there.
Control the electronic.
It's a little
I know,
slice.
Oh, this little,
This
okay, I'm
is
sorry.
01, doesn't have the depth and
Okay.
all that crap.
Yeah.
But we do have a patch truck with electronic motor in it we bought last winter for the,
But you know
for
what
the
salt
diff lock
does.
rear end.
You know what salt does to electronics.
Well, go ahead and share it with the community.
You'd
I've
like
got
me to read
computers
this?
in the
Okay.
garage. So that
This
kind of,
is from Don Pepin. This is my bid on the 1995 Ford L8000 plow truck with plow and wing, as is 18,000.
Okay.
You need a motion?
Yeah, I
Oh,
would.
to accept it?
Yep,
So I'll make a motion to accept the bid from Don Pepin for the Ford L8000 for $18,000.
Second.
any further discussion? No, we vote, we accept the bid of 18,000 as read by
Do you have
Bernie.
any, do you reveal the other bids, or it doesn't make any difference?
It really doesn't make any difference. They were quite a gamut though.
No.
But-
I'm Don Pepin, by the way.
Oh,
Oh,
there you go.
congratulations, John.
Congratulations.
Sorry,
I'm sorry, I could have.
Did you sign it?
he did.
He did, he
Okay.
did.
So next up is the
Something.
sander.
Okay.
Dexter International. International, just like
Has them in order.
it's a slope down.
I think I have them in order.
Yeah, you,
so-
yeah,
Straight square
yeah.
ones.
Okay, yeah.
That one sucks.
The cab
Yeah.
sets lower.
What year is that?
We just got 2001.
Did Warren bid on the sander?
It's in there.
Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, okay, gotcha.
I'm the W part
Okay.
of the C and.
Okay, so do you want to?
Yeah, I haven't seen, I'm just.
Okay.
Yeah, you look.
This is nothing, this is just.
That's just to keep it from bleeding through the
Okay.
envelope.
Yeah, I'll let Barney read that one as well.
Okay, this is from Lawson's Landscape Construction. It says one stainless steel sander, $7,666.
7666.
So I'll make a motion to accept the bid from Lawson's for the Swenson sander for $7,666.
Second.
Those in favor? It's unanimous? Sold.
Doing well, Warren.
I feel a whole lot better now.
Okay, on to, we're still on old business C, MMA risk management audit.
Okay, oh.
Could I just stop and
Sure.
interrupt for a second? I talked to Brady the other day about payment, if I get the bid. I've got a couple thousand now, I can give you cash and bring you a bank check tomorrow for the balance, however you,
That's all fine.
Pay it tomorrow.
because there was
Yeah, you can just pay her
nothing
tomorrow.
specified
Yep.
in the bid thing.
Yep.
No, just pay it tomorrow.
Bring it all in tomorrow.
Okay.
I don't wanna be responsible
No,
for
she
it.
is.
No, it's probably a better idea to have a
Do it right
complete
during
bank
business
check.
hours.
Yeah.
I'll take my cash and go
No,
home.
take
Yeah,
no
yeah.
longer.
Yeah, no, you're free to go, you can go if you want, but no, I mean, don't feel like you have to stay for the whole
You
meeting.
can stay for the whole
No,
day.
tomorrow or Friday, I'll get your
Okay.
check, and
Okay.
I'll get together with Seth and we'll
Okay.
come over and get it.
Okay.
Very good.
It's your turn.
Yep,
So
Or
you're
if you
looking
can't
for
get all
work?
the stuff, you can just,
You looking for work for that truck?
No,
Oh,
got work.
this is for your own road?
I got plenty of work. But I appreciate it.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
I've
Congratulations.
never even turned the key and started that truck before.
Run sweet.
See ya. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Don.
Item C, MMA risk management audit.
Okay. I sent you all copies. I thought we'd just hit the highlights
Okay,
tonight.
yes, I did review that, I think we all did.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I did.
So he starts with, the town hall. We have a electrical outlet in the basement that doesn't have a cover.
Yep.
Obviously I can fix, that.
The golf road head back. He's out in there and the other.
I have to look at that one. The stairway doesn't have a railing.
Yep,
The
yep.
big thing for me is the foundation. I mean, we just
Well-
gotta be able to, and everything else, honestly, we're just gonna have to get
That's the
somebody in
meat,
for
the rest
price.
is
Exactly.
potatoes.
Right, because if we
Exactly.
can't fix the foundation, there's no sense in
Or
putting
there's a
the
cost to
switch
fix
cover
it.
on the switch.
I was
cover
all
on
panicked.
the staircase.
I found where we did the foundation work back in 2005. If, they're nice pictures, I think that'll explain it. I've got, I called Brian Howard and I called, Jim French just to come look and give me an idea, but
There's a
I
wall up
also
there.
showed it to Tommy Jackson and, Jerry Peters. And they both said, that's the way they left the wall. The wall hasn't moved, it's not moving.
Yes, I don't,
So,
I wouldn't say that.
well,
But anyway,
there is an issue though, I mean, and apparently they left it that
Oh.
way because this is an historical building and that was the fix. So there are the plans, there are all the bills, I mean, it's all laid out, you're welcome to
okay.
look at all of that.
What about the evidence of movement in the library and things that he cited? What did they say about that?
It's an old building. They
Oh,
don't,
but was that news to them, or was that something that Jerry and the committee was aware of before, or?
they hadn't seen that particular
Okay.
crack, but they left the wall with those tips in it. Jerry did tell me that the thing I need to do is have somebody go down and insulate that Bilco. It's vertical in the door space, and he said the insulation should be horizontal to allow some of the heat to go out there. And what causes the problems with that wall is that Bilco and the fact that it
Bilko's
moves.
cold, They should insulate.
They should
Like you
insulate,
just said.
so
Let the heat out where the steps are.
right, so that's what,
There's a picture right there of the wall, and the wall's straight.
well,
I mean, that's where we're looking. is-
as I said, I've still got
Yeah,
some
I know.
construction people to look at it, but they haven't come in yet.
The Bilko is actually right
I'm
here.
not a carpenter.
The
If you
brick,
go out there right now, is the wall not straight?
oh, no, it's not straight.
But did you see this?
Well,
Sorry,
it's
sorry.
this brick, this brick is tipped.
Rebuilding the
Yeah,
old
it's kicked out.
It's-
It's,
Right, but I guess
Right,
Dale's
but that-
point is it wasn't. They're telling you it always was that way.
Yeah, I
sides lean
can't
up
tell
next to each
from,
other, you know.
I can't.
Pretty sure it's
Call that dirt
not
out,
how it was.
well,
pour it, and use a concrete waste block.
as I said, when we started, and the only,
It's not gonna stop if it's moving.
Set 'em on the gravel and then pour
It's-
concrete up
it
on
doesn't
a little
look-
bit, keep them
I mean,
from
I'm not a
moving, so
structural
just stack
engineer,
the
but it doesn't look good to me, and,
It doesn't look like the pictures, I'm just gonna say that.
okay, that's not even us, that's just, I don't know why it's in there, but
Oh, that's that wall.
it's something that they probably were thinking
about
about.
last year with torch. And,
But you paid about 100,000 for that retaining wall to keep,
Cut 'em and fit all those things together well.
But it looks to me, I mean, some of those pictures, you can see where they actually took a lot of that brick out and redid it and put it back in.
I don't know if they took it out, but they
Well,
refaced
there's
it,
part of it was brick's not in there anymore.
yeah.
So that's what I'm saying, it looks like they actually took the brick out.
I mean, that doesn't, but that's the south wall, so that one isn't.
Right.
So did they do this concrete work all the way around the building?
I always
They were
have to look.
good. Well, we-
This wall and this,
Oh, just this wall and that wall.
yeah,
That's that back wall.
It'll be all right.
That's this, so, that's
From
this.
the Bilko down.
because I think they used to be able to drive in from this end of
Laying in
the
the mud like that.
building.
Yeah.
digging.
Drive in where?
Right, drive
Behind it?
Planted beside mine.
by the
Sort of.
fire
Okay,
department.
so where
They used to
is
be able
Is
to
that
drive
between
like a
us and the
little
fire
tractor in.
That's this.
Irving was telling me they used to keep a hearse.
That
Oh,
door.
that
In there, I'm like,
people.
Okay.
he's like, do you remember that? I'm like, no, Irving, I don't. Well, that was the 1950s. I'm going, no,
Okay, I wasn't
I
here.
wasn't here, I don't remember that.
Right, yeah.
Oh my
So,
God, we get-
I'm still pursuing
we
it,
did a
but,
plan A couple of years ago, you put the manure on it.
Oh,
And this was done in
Just
in
didn't get there to
2005.
get the rocks picked the
That's
last
not
time.
that long ago.
no,
So
not
there
for
goes all
foundational stuff.
No.
Start
Is
over.
that the road?
What a.
And
Yeah, that's
when
23,
was the
right?
last
Yeah. So this is
liability
when they
review?
first started, before they
The,
got the-
5 years ago.
Oh, 5 years
It's supposed to
ago.
be every 5 years.
Great.
He's new, so he was hyper
Arrow it in.
vigilant and he
I
kept
agree. It's like it's not even
apologizing for
Knock down,
finding
get it rotting
things.
in,
Um,
I don't get
start
it.
over
so I
and
knew we
spray.
were going to get a long report.
Everything
other
comes at the same
thing that
time,
he
the
was,
ash has to come off and it-
Wanting us to look into
something like- 'cause
is
only he and I.
security for the
There, it
office,
helps us a little bit.
Right.
whether it be cameras or an
So-
emergency alarm.
That's too
Oh,
bad.
like a panic
There's
button.
a little, see how those are, those are-
It was cold.
I haven't
Those
looked, I mean,
Couch and all this,
as
but
far
it's
as
not-
cameras go,
Look at
that's
it.
an
That's
easy,
hard though, I can't
Like how
understand.
small expenditure, but it's,
Yeah,
but
it'd be
I
interesting to see
don't know
what
about
Richard's
panic
doing.
buttons,
Yeah.
I haven't gotten.
Half of them with hand
Yeah, because
and
where would that panic button report
Well,
to?
the
Like,
way
is it
daylight
gonna
hours
report
are now,
to the
probably.
sheriff?
I would think,
Yeah, yeah, I
So-
wonder what that entails.
yeah, I don't know what that
Oh,
entails.
no, yeah.
No, they haven't buried him yet.
So those are big ones, the other big one is the fire department, and that siding,
Give it up.
and,
I'm concerned why he has an issue with that. It's a cosmetic issue, it's not a structural issue.
well, I mean, we could sell it that,
I
that
mean,
way.
I mean,
Well,
really,
it-
that's how I
It is,
view
it
that.
is.
It's going to leak,
There's
it's going to
It's gonna happen
leak
every
if
year.
it
Yeah,
keeps.
it's always gonna happen until,
Yeah.
What spot is this you guys are talking about?
which one?
Right out front here?
No, right here.
No, back behind the building?
Oh, where the Belco is?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, the whole
Yeah.
thing's caving in.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not good.
Jimmy Norfolk bricked that all up years ago when he worked for the town. He put that all together, cause that all fell in once. They hit it with a bucket loader and stove it all up.
The brick fell in, the brick caved in, and he built it up.
They hit it with a bucket loader.
that was,
Back-
bef-
Way back in the day.
okay, that's before the
This is
05 project.
Before anything was,
Yep.
this was 25 years ago.
But in
Anyway.
in 05, they redid the whole foundation.
Okay. Well, I know. once
They poured a
upon
slab
time-
down there too.
Alright, so they redid the
Well,
whole
that's the
thing.
other thing too. is that
Yeah,
we-
but it-
Yeah.
That slab downstairs is moving. I mean,
Oh,
that's not,
So I-
there's something going on
Around
down
the
here.
building.
yeah,
We really need somebody that,
yeah.
But it used to be all brick. with a
Brian
whole-
Howard or somebody to.
It's
The
still
whole
brick.
thing was brick.
Brian said he'd look at it, but I haven't heard
And he-
back from him since he said he would look
yeah,
at
he's
it.
just, he's very busy,
Busy,
but
yeah.
he would be a good one to help look at.
Yeah.
Dug it
In
all
fact,
out.
he was in one
Dug it
day,
all
I
out
wasn't
by hand,
here,
and
and
he
the
rebricked
ladies
that
let
whole
him
thing.
leave without calling me and telling me to get.
And if you want some help with him, I'm glad to try to nudge him.
Yeah.
He's- So,
One
yeah,
layer?
in fact, I'd like
Oh,
to come
so
down
two
with it.
layers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, I think we all need to,
Yeah, we need to
Look at
know,
it.
like, it's funny, it's like, quickly it turns into like plastic culvert, metal culvert. It's like, that ball's not moving. Well,
Yeah, looking at those pictures, that is not what our wall looks like now. That's all.
It
Yeah.
doesn't seem that way.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty bad.
I've got
I
the
don't know
answer
if you
to the
can-
culvert problem. No plastic covered metal culverts.
I know, it's,
So, this one is saying that, it's, hey, we got, well,
And you could do it the other way around too, the metal and then, plastic on the inside, metal on the outside, and then metal on the inside,
So,
yeah, and then everybody's happy. So what are we gonna do about, right, I agree, that, I mean, you could take comparative pictures today, try to take.
well, I think we could figure out whether it's actually moving or not from these pictures. If we went out in the daylight and we all looked at it, I think we could come to a reasonable conclusion, has this moved since '05?
Right,
If it hasn't, then we can relax maybe.
right, and
But
say,
if it has, we can't relax.
Right, right.
Maybe that's the next, is we all need to kind of get out here during daylight and maybe look at it,
right.
which, I can do. And
And I did ask Bridie as far as when was the last review, not liability.
yeah, it's for our liability insurance.
MMA for our, and it was 5 years ago. So, but this gentleman who did it is
New.
brand new. so he's hyper.
He's never looked at this,
critical.
he's never looked at this building
Right.
before. He isn't aware what it looked like 5
Right,
years
but it
ago.
seems like 5 years ago, if that wall looked that way, someone would have noted it.
Well, that's what I was,
No, we're not, I mean, it's the same audit process.
Right.
yeah, I would
exactly,
think, I mean.
Exactly,
I mean, right's right, wrong's wrong.
that's right.
Now, I suppose that.
I can ask if I don't have the last audit, but they probably have.
But what
Yeah.
I'm
I
taking
don't think it's
from
relevant,
the
really.
previous committee, the committee that worked this up in over a decade ago,
Yeah.
is that wall hasn't moved, which would mean that MMA missed that all those years and just picked it up this year. That just seems unlikely.
Everything's on brick wall and the others.
But anyway,
I know,
unfortunately, none of us.
Um,
Jody's an engineer.
So, but what are we gonna do? What are we,
I think you need a Brian Howard or somebody at that level that's used to doing things like that, and have him look at it and tell us what needs to be done.
yeah,
If
okay.
he says we're fine and we don't need to worry about it,
Yeah,
then
then-
we're fine.
he said he'd look at it and then he'd give me some engineers, names of engineers that he works with and uses.
That would be perfect
That'd
way
be
to
great.
start, I think.
That's perfect.
But again, I'll have to chase him a little bit
Yeah,
because he's
and-
busy.
He is, and if you want some help, like I said, I'd be
Okay.
happy to pitch in.
Okay, anything else? I can't
Oh,
remember.
one thing you had mentioned, I thought you mentioned, that he was concerned about the library having their own liability insurance.
Yes,
And,
I'm not sure if you put that in there or not, but
I
he
didn't
was-
see it in
he
the
was-
report.
he
It
was,
wasn't in the report.
I think they have it.
they have, I'm not sure if they have liability, but I know they have, insurance on their books and computers
Well, I
and all of that.
specifically asked
You did,
the
okay.
president,
Uh-huh.
if a bookcase fell over on someone,
Yeah, do
were
they
they
have
covered?
something
And she thinks they are.
Okay.
But does she think that it's through us,
No,
MMA?
the
Okay,
library has their
okay,
own.
Standalone,
Yeah.
okay,
Yep.
Okay.
okay.
But
Then
we
we'd have
want,
to do
we want to
things like-
document
Sure.
it for our file, that's all.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
So,
yeah, I think that next step is, I mean, out of curiosity, I may come over during the day and look at these pictures and look at the wall, just for curious, but.
okay, any
I-
names for somebody to look at the Public Works garage roof?
Just general contractor.
Yeah, we just need a roofer.
I mean, they were here the day we had all that massive rain, I mean,
Yeah, I know.
I had more leaks at work than I've ever leaked before that day. It wasn't a good day, but we had to be here.
I know, I just,
Yeah, I would say any
Wind blowing in
general
the direction.
contractor to go and patch that up.
What is it, is it just a metal?
That was around the steam pipe, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
all it
it
is,
was-
just gotta go up and reseal around it.
yeah, I don't think it's a major, I just gotta find somebody to do it.
Travis Sally.
Yeah, which-
Travis
There's a lot of
Sally.
odd work jobs
Yeah,
around.
yeah,
He might be
He thinks
interested.
Speaking of odd jobs, in my same conversation with the library president, was light bulbs that need to be changed and that sort of thing. And that's the kind of thing that we would need a handyman for. Whether it's, so we just need to find somebody, I'm sure they're out there. But-
Travis would be good for that.
Yeah.
Travis Sally would be great for that type of work.
Yeah.
He'd be great.
Okay,
Do you know Travis?
I don't.
He's on the fire department. He used to live in Sangerville, he now lives in Dover,
Oh,
but
He
he's
does
done.
light carpentry, right?
Yeah,
You could probably patch that roof.
yes, he could definitely patch that room.
I mean, probably that's no big deal, I get that. Cause it hasn't
I have-
typically leaked in the past, so.
yeah, I obviously haven't been up there and don't know, but it was pouring buckets and,
Just around the stink pipe.
yep. It was just, and it wasn't pouring buckets in the bathroom, it was pouring buckets outside and so,
Oh, I got you.
yeah, it was raining really hard.
Everything like that day, right?
Yep, trust me.
What's this from? Okay, the fire station has to clean their vent hood.
Oh, yeah. Travis could do that.
Yeah, they could stick that in the dishwasher and clean it, it's just gonna be done. And he sent these pictures of those.
Oh,
And that, Warren, is the
Seems like it looks
Way back.
on the inside.
Hookup's way back here.
I don't know, you stand up at that corner and you look down
It's
across.
way back. You can't
I don't
see
see
it.
anything, yeah, I know it's back in my waist.
Well, you can just, you can see that whole thing is
So I don't know,
tipping.
we'll have to talk
A
about it.
real close-up shot, it'd be hard to see. Like those long.
Easier to
Yeah.
keep.
Yeah, those are-
Should be
Yeah,
able
than it
to.
is. to-
Right,
That's that
right.
stone to get-
Those are,
Say, oh, by
those are good
by the
pictures,
way,
those
yeah.
in that, as
Yeah.
far as documenting.
Chris's response was, why is it my problem now?
Yeah.
Why is your problem my problem?
I was hoping to do a trade with you, since you don't have to do the Abbey Fowler, that you might consider doing
Doing what?
the fire department.
Oh,
the-
yeah,
To get
there's-
the,
Yeah, well,
That's
we-
a trade.
Instead of doing the Abbey Fowler, we're doing the town garage
Oh, right.
parking lot, because that was never in the,
Right.
oh, you're doing, I didn't know you were
so
doing
we
that.
traded off that
Oh,
one.
I didn't know that,
Well, that was before you was here,
yeah.
but that's what we did with,
All right, we can negotiate,
Bullet.
I mean, I got to do something.
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
It's gonna be
minimal.
done.
If you do it every time and you know it's gonna
Yeah.
happen, we'll figure it out.
Okay,
Perfect.
We'll sit and talk.
okay,
I'll bring Chris with me.
okay. We probably ought to
I'm
do,
easy to get along with Chris most of the time, though.
well, I don't think I'll have a problem getting along with Chris, but he's busy right now, so
Yeah,
I
he
can't
is.
get him even to. All right, so I think that's, I mean, I'll start with the handyman projects and, keep after the big project. There were things mentioned from the fire department, like there are little cleat-like things that go on the roof that can stop
Mm-hmm.
the ice
Yeah.
from coming down.
Yeah.
Maybe that's something that can be done. Jerry Peters said that if you put something substantial behind that, metal to keep it from bending in like that. And then, of course, if you gotta keep it open, you're gonna have less
Then we go
damage.
putting those cleats on the roof, you got a building that was engineered for metal roofing for the snow to come off. And
Right.
now you're putting
Yeah,
something
yeah.
up
To
there.
keep the
Yeah.
ice from
To
not
keep
being
the ice
out.
on
Only
it,
way
it's
you
not
can get
engineered
it
to do
is
that,
making
so
a
there
greater
you go.
overhang so that it
Instead of a bent
kicks.
piece of metal, you don't
Yeah.
own any metal, cause it'll all be down.
And there's no space for that, really.
Right, no, just a greater overhang, the
Yeah.
roof needed to have a greater overhang.
I would, my own opinion is I would much rather see the insulation put back up into the
Yeah,
ceiling.
that was also,
And we wouldn't be losing the heat and we wouldn't be building ice and
What?
I've mentioned that for a few years.
a few.
that would be the better direction
12
probably.
years I've mentioned it. I said that, Jody was gonna put that in. I was gonna
I
do
know.
that. It didn't happen, did it? But I won't mention that.
But that's the only thing about that is as far as, I mean, honestly, that bent metal is cosmetic, it's not structural.
No, I mean, it's,
Right. But
there are
It's taken a
holes in it
beating.
now, so.
it doesn't seem like it was that long ago they replaced that.
No, it's insurance claim.
But it's,
You do it again
It's
for
gonna happen
insurance.
every single year.
I don't know if they would or not, they haven't done it once, but we could.
this side's got more drop, it's got a concrete wall,
Oh,
cement, and it's cleaned away every storm.
yeah.
So it doesn't add
Never
up.
falls
Yeah.
against itself.
Yeah,
But that may be it too, if you guys kept that other side clear, maybe it wouldn't. 'Cause I don't think that's ever been the case on the other side either.
We'll check it out.
Yeah, I'll look at the deeds.
Check it out in
and-
the daylight.
Yeah. Okay, so those are the highlights,
so just a question, are we going to go ahead and do the minor repairs before we figure out what? Yes, go ahead with the
I would-
Yeah, I mean,
handrail
the-
and the
The
handrail
Pegler
and,
things, yeah. Yep.
okay,
yeah,
The same handyman that can pass the
Okay.
roof should be able to put a rail on
Oh,
the
yeah.
staircase.
yeah.
I think that could, I mean, there shouldn't be much.
Right,
As far as the security in the office goes, that's a bigger project.
That's more of a want than a requirement though, right? I mean, that's a suggestion.
It's,
I mean,
yeah, I don't know.
we have a
I mean,
safe, I don't really understand how he would,
He was,
He's
he
talking about
wanted.
personnel.
Yeah, personnel safety, he was thinking of panic button type situation. If you just wanted security cameras, that would be couple $100
It's not really
fix.
gonna-
It's not
But
gonna,
see,
but it's not
I'm
gonna,
just trying to
Yeah.
understand the logic behind why we need it, that's all.
If you were building a brand new office, you would have entrance for the clerk and the assistant clerk and the town manager that was separate from the entrance for the public.
and you'd have
And you have a higher,
plexiglass
yeah,
or
or
you'd
at
have,
least
you know,
high enough so
that nobody's coming over the,
Dexter's got a really cool setup because of that old bank and it's very high.
yeah,
So that, I mean, you would design it that way.
Yeah.
We could do that there, but that'd be a big project. We'd wanna
It
make
was-
sure
it
the
was-
foundation wasn't caving in. before
Right.
we did
Right,
that.
right, yeah.
it was
Yeah.
proposed once before and didn't
Yeah,
find any traction.
but if we were doing a brand new building, you definitely would design something like that into it. And it wouldn't be hard. But, all right.
Okay.
Is that it, as far as?
I mean, I'll work on the little stuff and I'll keep,
Yeah, really the big deal is the engineering aspect of this thing.
Yeah.
If this thing's still moving, then we need a big committee and some workshops and we've got
Then-
a problem.
yeah.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
it's not moving and it hasn't moved in 15 years, then we're worried about nothing.
Yeah.
Which would be fine, I guess.
Well,
Okay, you've got, scheduled the annual town meeting.
okay, the ladies in the town office have told me that we have an election the first week in March, which means they'll be getting a lot of things ready and having town meeting back to back with it. Getting their, getting their reports. I don't know what the election, I don't know what it is,
It's not a, maybe it's a
it
primary.
must be a primary, well,
Must be a primary.
Probably.
you know, they want you to take that into account, and I wanted to also tell you that, the Historical Society may or may not be doing food.
Oh, okay. I'm surprised it's worked pretty well for them, I thought.
It works well, they're getting older and
Losing
Sure.
numbers.
they're losing members and they're not sure,
Okay.
I'm gonna say probably people to bring the food.
yeah, I mean, I think the community all
Yeah.
helps, I know I get a call and put stuff in, but I don't know if they're gonna do it or not.
Well,
They
that's,
haven't taken the actual vote in an actual meeting, I just, one of the
Okay.
members told me that was,
So getting back to the schedule, so when is the vote in March?
it's that first Tuesday in
First
March.
Tuesday, I don't think will that calendar go into March? Oh,
Nope.
okay, so the first Tuesday, so how much time do they need in between?
well, so let's back away from a minute. What was our,
I was gonna say,
We were
Wait,
saying
target
February,
for the-
weren't we?
talking,
yeah, we were talking February.
February.
Yeah,
talking February,
we were talking second, third week in February.
Right.
so second might be better than.
even the third, you still got
Yeah.
10 days to
Yeah.
regroup
When
and,
is school vacation, third week?
Yes.
I mean, I know that,
Yes,
so,
yeah, I don't think it's
So
gonna
go
interfere.
second.
okay.
right?
What's
Yeah, I
that?
don't
Go
know.
second, so let's go for the second, if.
Yeah,
the third-
I just wanna see, there shouldn't be a conflict based on what our goal was now. If our budget doesn't get ready in time and for some reason we spill into March, then maybe we could be stepping on that.
Okay.
But hopefully we're not in that situation.
So, yeah, as long as we're not within the same week as a Tuesday vote,
Right,
that
well,
Tuesday
they,
vote.
I know getting ready for this one and then they spent 14 hours here yesterday and then they spent a lot of time today getting all of,
Right, you
all of
wouldn't
the
wanna do the
tabulations
two
and- right.
together.
Right, right,
Wednesday and Tuesday or something, that would be,
right.
but we wouldn't even
Right,
contemplate
no.
that.
Right, we're a couple
So-
weeks apart.
Yeah, that's,
So.
we'll
that's-
make sure we don't have it the same week as the election.
For sure.
Yeah, I hadn't even thought of anything like that, so I don't even know what kind of election it is, so,
Yeah,
Gotta be primary.
yeah, I would say,
must be.
yeah.
It's gotta be.
Being an
School
independent, I
budget
don't
season.
vote in
Oh,
primaries,
yeah.
so it doesn't.
Same
No,
here.
I was trying to
doesn't-
figure out what it is and
Okay.
I think we're all set.
Okay.
So on to new business, select board stipend.
Doreen wanted to know that if you wanted them for the next warrant,
That's fine.
so I'll have that put on the next warrant.
Okay. B, Guilford Sangerville Water District.
Okay. I got
Using
a,
too much water, Brady?
no, no. Well, I do. There's an extra, okay. I got an email yesterday from a resident who says that the water district, did I give you?
I
the
don't
one?
have the same one.
That's the next thing I have to tell you
I was
about.
gonna say, this does not,
Oh, that's the next.
I can't remember.
I'm still not long enough.
We need a round table.
The Guilford Sangerville Water District had sent out letters saying that there was an issue and that they had to report it. Now, this is a state mandated letter. It's written, the language is written for them. And so this person had their water tested thinking that there was something wrong with our water supply. They got a result back that it was their water was high in lead, high in manganese, and high in solids. And they've been told not, by whoever did the test, not to drink the water, especially don't let your daughter and your pets drink the water. She was upset, wanting to know if anybody would reimburse them for the costs of having to drink bottled water, etc. I said, this sounds kind of strange, so I called the water district and talked to the receptionist, and the general manager came up immediately to talk to me. Of course, they have to run tests all the time.
Sure.
They're mandated, when they test for lead, they're supposed to try to get houses built between 82 and 87. That apparently was the high point of lead in the solder and copper pipes, and but sometimes we don't have a lot of houses in this area that were built in the 80s, so sometimes they have to use older houses. So they had a couple of houses where the sample tested high in lead. Turned out it was an old house, somebody living on a fixed income. They went in, they tested again, they helped.
Well, they need to test at the source. I mean, you need to
Right.
eliminate the house.
Right.
So they need to test at the street, and if the
But-
water's fine at the street, then it's,
Right. But at the minute they get a positive test, they have to send out this
Sure.
letter.
Oh, okay.
There are
I mean,
also.
I'm referencing this letter.
Right,
I mean-
right, so there's also a filtration systems company sending misleading letters around and saying, you ought to get your water
Yeah.
tested, we can sell you a handy dandy filtration system.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with our water.
And this shouldn't really go to us anyway.
Yeah, that's what.
No, so I wanted you to know because these letters went out in case anybody
Oh,
calls you and says,
okay.
and you can say, call the water district, call Jeff Weirs. He had very good answers. He's willing to work with anybody who has water issues, because I believe this is probably their pipes. And he said even, and depending on the company they went with, it's even how the company tested the water can be an issue. The
So
min-
have you reached out to these guys and told them they need to contact the water district and not the town?
I said the notice you received is required by state law, but does not necessarily mean there's a problem with the town water supply. Please contact the Guilford Sangerville Water District. Here's their number. The general manager's name is Jeff Weirs. He would be glad to help you with any questions concerning the town water supply and your independent test results. Please feel free to contact me if you need further assistance. So,
Perfect.
Ideal.
Yep.
but he was very, very responsive. I mean, he was up here in 10 minutes and saying, there's nothing, there's nothing wrong with our water supply. This is how many tests we do. This is, so.
Yeah.
But this person was a little panicky, and you understand that if somebody tells you it's dangerous for your kid or pets to drink the
Right.
water, that,
This isn't Detroit.
no, so.
Yeah.
that
Okay.
is-
No, but it is good to know what's out there.
Yeah, so I just figured if
Yep.
somebody contacted you,
Yep.
Item 7, committee reports.
well, Jimmy already did committee report.
Item 8, correspondence, Spirit of America.
I emailed these to you today. We got an email last week saying we're invited to a ceremony on November 15th, starting at 7 p.m. at the Valley Grange, the 172 Guilford Center Road, to help honor Alvina Church, winner of the 2019 Spirit of America Foundation tribute for outstanding service to your community. So I passed that on to you so you'd have the information in your email. And,
Okay, so that's in our email.
yep,
Oh, great. That's very
in
nice.
case anybody would like to attend.
Item 9, additional agenda items. Selectmen's concerns. Item 11, executive session. I would like to make a motion that we go into an executive session under MRSA 4056A.
Second?
In favor? We are at 6 o'clock straight up, and we're